All right, now let us try this again with everybody with sound. Yes?
Hello.
Yay!
Hey, hey.
There we go. All right. Wouldn't be a show here if I didn't have some kind of fucking technical glitch, so hopefully that's the only one for today. All right, let's start again with Landon, so who wasn't just speaking into the void. Um,
So I'm playing a rock gnome artificer named Orryn. Um, he is still very tempted by that wand of Orgus that was shown a little bit ago. Um, the adventures that have been coming around, because there's been quite a few interesting things happen in Iceland, has kept his interest away from probably getting himself killed by that wand. But every day the itch is there to give it a try. So let's hope that he keeps his interest away. I don't want to roll up a new character, so we will see.
but like I said, I haven't gotten rid of it out of the Streamlabs app yet, just because I know it's always there, and I want to be ready. I want you to think like that's what you want to
Oh
do.
yeah,
That's what you want to do.
one of these sessions. One of these sessions.
Maybe a little further. We'll see. All right, now let's try this again. Let us slide over again to our kind-hearted and pacifist cleric Kelroth. Dustin, tell us about him.
Yes, I'm playing Kelroth. He is a half-elf cleric of the life domain. He is a bit of a mystery. He doesn't exactly know where he gets his powers from. He doesn't know who has granted him these powers. But because of events in his past, he has dedicated himself to being a pacifist, at least in his own actions. And so far, anyways.
So far, hey, we'll see.
So far.
Yeah, so far. It's not a button I'm eager to push like right away, but it's in there.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we will move upstairs to our monk. Recently encountered some of his own kind, perhaps. Lewis, tell us about Baldr.
I'm Lewis playing Baldr, who is a court Azamar from Eberron. Sent here, as it seems, to help this world from this plight, as it seems. So we're gonna see how that plays out.
Um,
And luckily found a group of like-minded people.
yeah, apparently, as you've been told continuously, the last bunch of adventures basically in Icewind Dale.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Everybody
so
else got murdered.
only game in town, y'all. All right, and finally, our tosser of brothers, biters of faces, swingers of axes, and currently home for the weekend, checking in on how things are going in the hometown. Tenta, tell us about Jaatuuli.
I'm playing Jaatuuli. He is a very large white lizard folk that worships Cryovane, and he's a barbarian. And I just recently dethroned my treacherous and traitorous brother and took back my position of war shaman, which I gave him out of pity.
That's why you don't let your little brother play with your toys. Bad things are
Yeah.
bound to happen. All right, those are our magnificent players. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm your Dungeon Master and host for this evening. We were off last week, so let's go over 2 weeks ago. The party begun their ascent up the mountainside to Jaatuli's village, having heard that his brother, now in charge of the tribe, had turned away from their original patron and source of worship, Cryovane, who had given their people a boon that allowed lizard folk to live in the cold of Icewind Dale. And the brother had recently turned away from the white dragon and towards the Frostmaiden Orryn, claiming that the white dragon never cared about them and that Aural's power was like visceral, and you could feel it and you could sense it by the darkness that she had imposed on Icewind Dale. After a negotiation and a confrontation with some white dragon hatchlings that were easily dispatched because they were hungry, a woolly mammoth Luxodon druid, who I absolutely wish I had art of because that's awesome. In a fight with Jaatuli's brother, the party kind of freed, if you would say, the village and the tribe of this kind of blue-eyed curse that the party had encountered pretty frequently lately, whether it be in wild animals or occasionally more intelligent beasts. So we will pick up right after Jaatuuli has thrown his brother off the top of the mountain with the party. In front of them are some prisoners of probably his brother. They were kneeled off to the front and being dunked in buckets of water. As your brother falls like screaming down the mountainside, the Aurora that had been over the sea of moving ice, the top of your village, and a location far to the south in the spine of the world mountains fades. The blue eyes of more than a few of the tribesmen have returned to their normal color, and all of those seem to have been waking from a dream, kind of disoriented and looking around at the party, and Jaatuuli having just thrown his brother off the side of the mountain.
I did not want to do that, but I had to.
They all kind of look around and just seem odd. Give me a perception check.
Anyone in particular?
All of you for different reasons.
Ow.
What'd you get?
12. Probably not getting us
Ow.
anything.
An 11.
Okay. Orryn and Kelroth are going to notice all of the villagers and tribesmen that had the blue eyes before the encounter have a very similar crystal necklace on all of them.
14.
And 13 for me.
Okay. Baldr's going to pick up on the same thing as Kelroth and Orryn. Jaatuuli, you are going to realize or recognize that the people who had the blue eyes seem a little foggy and a little like hazy in their kind of understanding and mannerisms as you address them.
So, Orryn will say to Kelroth, "I'll say, hey, did you notice that it seems they seem to be interesting amulets they're wearing, the people who had the blue eyes? Maybe we should check that out."
Yeah, I guess I'll approach, I don't know, one of the closest people with the amulet and, I don't know, I'll just be like, hey, can I see that amulet real quick?
They struggle to kind of focus on you for a second, and then look down and like rip it off, and can't give it to you fast enough.
Okay. What is that? Is there anything noteworthy about the amulet?
It's made of the crystal you encountered in the cave off of East Haven.
Oh, okay.
Did I cast an identify spell on that crystal before? I know I did like detect magic and saw it.
I believe so, and what you determined was that it is a crystal capable of amplifying magic and storing spells.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they all kind of have it, and as the rest of the villagers kind of watch this interaction with Kelroth, the rest of them kind of look down and all rip the necklaces off and all manage to throw them to the ground.
Does that seem to bring about any change amongst the people?
They still seem a little foggy, but everybody seems to be themselves as this kind of like vessel that in some of your interactions and speakings to beings with the blue eyes, that it would almost seem that they are inhabited in one way or another with some other presence. Everybody seems to be just themselves.
I'll look over at the group. Well, I should probably say something.
Yeah, say something motivational.
I'll go over to the Loxodon. There's still the Loxodon body, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go over to the Loxodon body and just tear a big hunk out of her throat and wipe the blood on my face and lift my axe up and say, I am War Shaman Jaatuuli. This is my village again. We will worship Cryovane. These necklaces, this Frostmaiden, they are heresy. Punishable by death. In the same manner my brother is now dead. And I just dare someone to challenge that.
They all kind of seem... give me a charisma check.
It's the thing I'm best at. All right. Wow. That's not a surprise.
It did not go well.
A little low. It's a 5.
Having not seen you for a while, and potentially still clouded by your brother's message during his leadership of the tribe, you don't get a very enthusiastic reaction from your tribal people.
Is there any of them that just cleared out their eyes anywhere near me?
There's one probably about 10 feet as, the fight got intense and people kind of crowded around. There's a couple.
All right, I'll go over and just bitch slap one of them. Did you hear me? I am Jaatuuli, leader, war shaman.
Give me an intimidation check.
Am I any good at that? Who knows?
Well, I think in this case we could make an argument that it'd be a strength intimidation check.
Yeah, well, what
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
All right.
It's not about how charming you are slapping the shit out of him. It's how much you slap the shit out of him.
18. I slap I don't know.
Yeah. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap.
Yeah.
So he, like in the cartoon, his jaw is moving like faster than his face. Like the spit is coming out in the slow mo, like in a UFC video game. And somebody in the corner screams "World Star," and
Let's see.
like you get kind of like a real reaction out of like the people, more of shock that you just rolled over and just like slap the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
Um, like as you leave, like a massive handprint on one of your tribesmen's faces, the kneeling humanoids who are black bagged and are constantly having water poured over their heads start to scream, "Oh, mercy, mercy, my lord, please, please don't hurt us."
Kelroth, unbeg them.
Wait, what? What them?
Take them. Take their bags off. Free them.
Oh wait, are those the people, the humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I hadn't forgot about them. Yeah, I'll head over to them.
All right, so you take,
Orryn.
Are they all alive? I did heal one, but
what's that?
are they all alive?
Yeah, there's three of them. Two of them are like kneeling. One of them's kind of laid out, but they're moving and kind of. But they don't. They got bags over their heads. Take the bags
Sure.
off.
Okay. Sure.
Uh,
I'll unbind them and unbag them.
okay. The two that are kneeling kind of instantly pop up and take very defensive stances, especially seeing Jaatuuli over there manhandling.
I am quite intimidating. I know.
Plus, they probably had a really bad time for a while.
Oh yeah.
And they just, who are you? Adventurers?
I was sent by a deity to save. No, just yeah, we're a group of adventurers. We're passing through the area, so to speak.
It's great. It's great to see you. I thought we were doomed. This village is it's madness.
Well, past tense.
They look around. What did you do? What happened to their eyes?
They've seen the light of the white dragon. So definitely a lot more calming and not so scary now.
Kind of looks around. Where's their chief? Where's the?
I point over to Jaatuuli. I'm like, it's right there.
Are you the brother, the traitor he was always going on about?
If you can't tell that I'm the brother, the word. Look how much larger I am than he was.
We were out searching for food when some of the blue-eyed ones they grabbed us. We've been missing from our company for I don't know, like a week now.
Do I believe him?
Give me an insight.
Are they the flaming? Yeah, are they the flaming fists?
I'm like looking for food. Yeah, right. That's a 16.
Not bad.
I mean, they might be, but
Yeah, it's
You
not-
don't
not
believe
terrible.
you don't believe they were looking for food, based on how far
Okay,
how far the camp is away from where you currently are, having traveled past it. There's no way they just wandered off from camp.
Okay. I think I'll just address it later. But go. I don't interrupt them, but
and they look around again. Where are the dark elves?
Dark elves.
There's no dark elves here.
No dark elves here.
They've had dark elves here for the last week or so. Coming from the south. Met with the, I guess, former chief now. And when they left, that's when they all got the eyes.
Orryn will speak up
Yes,
and say,
Arl worshipping drow.
and Orryn will say, did they happen to be the ones who brought the amulets with them?
I don't know, but I know when they were here, after they left, everybody started having the blue eyes. That Luxodon came with them.
Has anyone searched the Luxodon's corpse for anything?
Well, it was being eaten by wormlings. Orryn didn't want to get
true.
close to that.
There wasn't anything earlier, but I mean, I also don't really remember exactly.
I don't
so.
remember any of us
No.
searching
Yeah.
the body because we kind of just ended.
Yeah, right
at
after
the end of
we
combat.
threw. I had it somewhere.
Are the wormlings satisfied for the moment? Is
Yeah,
the
they
body
seem
searchable?
they seem pretty good. They've curled
Good.
up.
Sated.
Yeah, they've curled up like a dog. Sleeping.
Okay. The flaming fist prisoners. There's 3 of them. Are they all human?
Yes.
How, like, do they look like fit soldiers? Do they look like?
They look. Give me an investigation into.
Just 11.
Okay.
I have no pluses on that. It's a nice.
They
solid
look
0.
like at one point they were pretty fit and in shape. They're relatively young.
Okay.
They just look like they've been treated poorly recently, and like everybody in Icewind Dale right now, probably is a little underfed and hungry.
Cool. I'm just gonna address them. I'm gonna be like, well, we've mostly finished up here. I think the war shaman will have some things to take care of, but we'll be heading back towards the 10 towns. You're more than welcome to come with us.
We need to get back to camp. The Lord Captain probably believes us deserters by now. I wouldn't want to face his wrath. The cruelty he's shown to his own men these last couple of weeks. I'm hoping I could just blend right back in with my company and have nobody notice I was even gone.
Well, we all have to go down the same way, so at the very least, we can go that far. Let's see if we can find you some clothes. Unless you prefer being naked.
No,
you know?
this is miserable.
Yeah, let's find some clothes. I'll look around and see if I can find some kind of like rags or maybe I can find their old equipment.
Some of the, having overheard you, some of the tribesmen will kind of get up and go into a little enclosure and grab their stuff. There's not much. The village seems to have pillaged.
I'm just gonna prevent them from getting their weapons back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're not gonna get their weapons back.
Okay,
The
cool.
village
Good.
seems to have kept those.
They can have their clothes and stuff. That's
Yeah.
fine, or
Yeah.
armor or whatever. I don't really care, but cool. All right, so we've got them clothed and everything. I'm just gonna turn to Jaatuuli. I'm gonna say I'm gonna search that corpse. But if you're the war shaman, are you gonna stay here? What's the plan, Dad?
Things are restored now. As long as they go back to the path of Cryovane, things should stay well until we are through with this curse, and then I can come home and lead.
Should you maybe assign like a temporary leader or something like that? I don't know how you do things in your tribe. I'm just
Oh, just the continued worship and old ways will be enough. The
Okay.
leader will not be necessary. I am the leader now.
What about the baby dragony dudes?
Well, I've been thinking about that. It seems like we may just have to turn them loose.
Oh. All right.
I mean, I certainly can't kill the children of Cryovane, can I?
Oh, of course not. No, I wasn't implying that. I was just like didn't know what like if we were gonna leave them in the village or because it seems like they'll. I mean, it seems like they're strong enough to take care of themselves, right?
My village doesn't need to be waiting on them hand and foot.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pat down the remains of that loxodon and see if there's any like notes or something hiding in a pocket or something like that.
There is going to be a ring
Right.
that appears to be made of a blue stone, like the entire ring, made of a blue stone that is cold to the touch.
Not cool. Okay. Everything else is just like mundane, right? There's not that's the only thing that I find of note.
Yeah, it too had a crystal around its neck, not the same as Jaatuli's tribesman. A little more elaborate, a little larger.
I feel like we should just take all of these and maybe we can give them to the blacksmith. He can break them or something like that. I don't feel like leaving any kicking around is a good idea. So I'm gonna just like start putting them in a pouch. So I'm gonna take hers as well, the Luxodon's. But I'm gonna take that ring. I'm not gonna put it on or anything. I'm just gonna take it and put it, I don't know, with my gems or something like that. I'm just gonna put it in a separate bag for safekeeping. Probably can identify that later or something. Cool. All right. I'm gonna look around at the group. I'm gonna say, is there anything else that we need to do here? Or maybe we should escort these guys, and then we could rest at the bottom of the where that you remember that cave was at the bottom of this before the village.
Where we left the birds.
Yeah. Or no.
You left the
Before
birds
that.
like somewhere up on your way up the mountain, but
Yeah, we left them like halfway up or something, or 2/3 of the way up.
yeah,
I meant at the bottom there was like a cave that we camped in, and that's where.
yeah, you had a little refuge.
I'll bring a couple of tribesmen with us when we leave.
Okay.
Okay. Just as you're kind of set and about to go, one of the elder tribesmen that Jaatuuli definitely recognizes as somebody he was kind of close to and viewed as very capable in contributing to the tribe, comes up to him and whispers in his ear, War Shaman, before you go, I think there is something you should see.
All right.
ASMR.
Hold on, friends. There is something brought to my attention. Lead on, I say to the elder.
I'm just gonna watch the like now our prisoners.
Okay, the Flaming
The
Fist.
Flaming Fist.
Keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
The tribesman is going to lead you back to a kind of isolated structure far off from kind of the comings and goings of everyday tribe life. And as he opens the door, you're going to see a human with a long beard who just seems to be muttering to himself a bunch of nonsensical things. The tribesman is going to look at you. He claims to be part of the last adventuring party in the realm and to have been betrayed by a wizard. Your brother was holding on to him for what we do not know.
Old man, look at me.
He's not confined or anything. He's just kind of sitting in this room by himself, just kind of muttering. It was all for an enchantment, and it's a. Then she changed it, and then he lived, and then they all died.
I'm gonna pop my head back out the room I'm in. Orryn, come here.
Orryn
Make-
will. Yeah,
make-
Orryn will go.
Words.
He just kind of makes the same kind of jittering kind of motion. It was all an enchantment, and then she changed it, and they all died, and she changed it, and he gave it to her, just like that, to save himself. It was just an enchantment.
So, is there any clues that Orryn can use to get more out of that?
Give me a perception check.
Darn, I was hoping for investigation.
That was it.
Yeah, it's a very on perception. Orryn sees nothing. He hears nothing.
Go ahead and do investigation, because you're going to be putting two pieces of information together. This is not the same thing.
21.
There you go. Hey, I don't see shit, but I got this. Seeing his equipment as an armorer, you would recognize it as probably the equipment of a professional adventurer. This is not a hobbyist. This is not, somebody with delusions of grandeur. That this equipment looks like it would belong to somebody who was definitely a serious adventurer.
And just from the sound of it, they sound like the same adventuring party that Sindri was part of.
The commonalities would be that they would both be described as the last adventuring party.
So Orryn will say, hey, because he'll use this as a sort of like check to make sure that he isn't just a crazy old man. It's like, did you see a gnome wizard in that party?
A gnome, a human, a tiefling, and then the best that Icewind Dale had to offer, and they're all dead over an enchantment.
Orryn will turn to the party and say, he definitely sounds legit. Maybe we should take him with us. If one of us can somehow remove the curse or dispel some magic on him, maybe there's something like that affecting him.
All right. You want to come with, old man? Are you tired of the mountain?
What if she comes back? And no, she can't come up here. She can't make it up here. We can see her from here. She can't make it up here. Leave me here. Leave me here. Close the door.
I look over at Orryn. Kind of shrug.
Yeah, Orryn will say, Well, I suppose they're probably safe here with your tribe watching over them, right?
Yes, he is safe. They won't eat him.
Maybe whenever we have the ability to figure out how to heal his mind, maybe we could come back and check. Seems like he knows a lot about what happened with the past adventuring party.
We will send for him when we have the opportunity to dig deeper.
Yeah.
All right, old man, get comfortable. This is where you live now.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to see. I don't want to see her again. Close the door. Just let me be.
Actually, one last thing Orryn's gonna say. Orryn's gonna ask if he can describe the lady.
She was 30 feet tall, covered in ice. A shrill voice that made you feel like your eyes were gonna bleed, your ears were gonna bleed.
I don't like hearing that.
You all can see Orryn. He's kind of like thinking about how tall 30 feet is compared to him. He's like, do I come up to the knee? No, I don't come up to the knee.
He's just talking about my ex. What the heck?
Knew she was bad news. So, like I said, he just kind of continues to mumble the same, 5, 6, 7 ideas. Just wide-eyed and terrified looking. You could tell that for the most part, the things that he said to you is probably all the summation of the thoughts he's capable of achieving at this point. Whatever he has driven him to this kind of break and this verge of madness, whatever it was bad, and my man was probably never going to be the same.
On the way out, I'll close the door and bring over some tribesmen and tell them keep an eye on him. If he goes crazy, eat him.
We're saying no eat. Just tie him up.
Eat.
Well, maybe just a hand, but don't kill him. We could get some information out of him.
Yeah. Don't worry. It will be a while before he's declared utterly useless.
We'll have to hurry along then.
And then,
Yeah.
even as you kind of close the door on him, he continues to like mumble his madness, and seems unaffected by your discussions about things like eating him and Orryn trying to barter down to just eating their hands. It seems to make no difference in his like incoherent mumblings.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Jaatuuli did that to try to snap him out of it a little bit. He may not be 100% serious, but somewhat. If you're useless, you're useless.
Alright, so that's it. You guys ready to dipsy-do out of the village?
Yeah.
We make sure to get our axe boys on the way.
I'll set everything to right, take all the crystal necklaces and smash them, except for the ones that the party want to keep.
Can you smash them?
I'm going to try.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check.
I mean, I'll let Jaatuuli try.
Yeah.
If you rage smash them, you get it at advantage, right?
That's true.
Ah! Everybody gets on high alert. What's going on? What's going on? Then watch him just smash the rocks.
He
Hey,
tries to smash it the one time and he's like, "This is tough," but then he gets mad at it.
hey,
Yeah.
War Shaman, we're a little on edge here, bro. Maybe we don't go raging over some rocks.
These
I
aren't
got
just rocks.
22 strength check.
Would you?
22.
They will like not smash into dust, but kind of more of like a rough shatter.
Okay.
And as you do, this bitingly cold air escapes the crystals and seems to kind of get you like in the face. That even in this like bitter cold environment, that it was a genuine kind of burst of cold.
Eesh. Well, these were certainly not friendly, were they?
How many of them do we have? Are we gonna smash them all? I got the big one from the Lexodon.
Whatever you don't keep, I smash. What's up?
I'll hold on to just the big one from the Lexodon.
Orryn, are you going to hang on to any of them?
Orryn, because we already have some of the black crystal. Orryn's
Yeah.
fine with the rest. He does want to take them back to Silvery Moon to learn more about it. Like he knows that Arl is using it for something, but he figures after this adventure is over, maybe the crystals could be of use rather than for mind control. But so he just wants the one so it can be experimented on, I guess.
Baldr, are you going to keep any? No. Alright, so as you kind of lay them out in a pile on like a stone or something, is that what you're going to smash it against?
Yeah, just the big stuff. The smashing stuff.
The tradition, the way we have
Traditional
always
smashing
done it, to the smashing
The town
stone.
smashing stuff.
But War Shaman, there's a line. People are smashing a lot of stuff, son.
To the
We
center
just
of
have to
town.
wait.
The lizard folk smashing game.
It's whacking day in the village. So as you kind of smash it against the smashing stone, the number of crystals and just the ferocity in which you smash them, like a genuine kind of frost comes over the area where they were when you smashed them. And for a brief second, when you smash like a good number of them, they almost kind of coalesce into a small creature.
Okay.
The crystals do, or like the frost does?
The essence.
The essence of the
Okay.
of the crystals kind of almost coalesces into something.
It doesn't like come alive or do anything. It just looks like it's taking on
It
a
just
shape.
looks like it was just like a hair short of actually achieving something. But otherwise, no
well.
detrimental effects after a
And
few.
it fades after some time, like it didn't.
The frost,
Or is-
the frost remains on the stone, but the essence just kind of fades like
Okay,
smoke or
okay.
steam or something after a few seconds.
I bet you if we would have smashed them all, something would have happened.
We've already dealt with one poltergeist. We don't need an ice poltergeist.
This is not a.
But Kelroth, if it was an ice
Yeah,
poltergeist, it would be
right?
cool.
Ugh,
Oh. Ba-doom, ba-doom.
that is not how it works, sir.
I'm positive this is not the last bit of the busy ingredient.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna like kind of stick behind the flaming mercenary folk
All right, so you're gonna put as you head down
Put
the
them
mountain.
in the middle.
You're gonna be in the middle, or you're gonna put them in the middle.
Putting them in the middle. I'm gonna be behind them.
I
Okay.
take a couple of tribesmen with us, and I put them on basically a couple to lead us, and some to follow us
Okay.
down the mountain.
So where do you want to go? Like tribesmen,
Me,
you.
and then whoever wants to be behind me.
Okay.
Probably Baldr. He likes to hang out near where the fighting is going to.
Yeah, you know that. I'll be right behind you.
Orryn will hang out in the back just in case we get, you know,
So
Someone
behind
attacks us.
Baldr will be the prisoners,
Okay.
and then Orryn and me, and then the following tribesmen.
Okay. All right. So tribesmen, Jaatuuli, Baldr, Kelroth, Orryn, somewhere in that order. Flaming Fist.
No. Flaming Fist are behind Baldr.
Okay.
They're in
Flaming
the middle.
Flaming
Yeah.
Fist. You and Orryn trailing tribesmen. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Jesus, it's like getting a wedding together. Good lord.
Yeah.
So
Listen, we need to get them to the cave so we can interrogate them.
I didn't want you guys to see what we're
Obviously.
about to do to these folks.
Yeah.
So as you depart from the village, the tribesmen all kind of give the entire party a very reverent bow in, I'd say, gratitude. One of the very elders, we will mind the old ways, war shaman. Worry not. Rid this land of this curse, so that we may be a people again. Do honor to your ancestors and to our people, and return to us to lead us into this new future.
Will do. Take care. Make sure that everyone is donning their holy symbols again.
We shall dig them out of the chest and make sure that we atone for running astray of the old ways.
Indeed. I will be back.
Alright, so as you leave the village down the way that you came, a very thick, heavy, wet snow begins to fall. The descent is very dark. You're no longer guided by the Aurora that seemed to be placed almost deliberately above the village. And as you make your way down to about where you remember leaving your faithful birds, you come across a pile of blood. Blood on ice.
Oh.
Some wisps of long white hair, and a place where it looked like the ground had been disturbed. Snow's been kind of thrown up, rocks are kind of knocked astray. And based on where you are and how to travel up and down the mountain, the likelihood of something being here without making its way up to the village is very low.
Investigate this scene, Orryn. Tell us what you can learn.
Orryn will pull out his trusty magnifying glass and his goggles, like twist them around, looking through.
What was it in Arkham Asylum? Detective Vision? detective mode?
Yeah. He's doing that one, yeah. That. And his investigation is 25. Rolling 18 on the die.
The disturbed ground looks like from where a few things may have gotten into a fight. It looks like things were trying to dig in to the kind of icy path and needed more traction. The pile of blood is pretty significant, that it either came from something very large or came from a few things smaller in size.
So Orryn, being fairly optimistic, he's like, yeah, it definitely looks like they must have went hunting and ate whatever they caught. So, you know, I'll have to follow the trail some.
Keep going.
Yeah, let's find our axe boys.
As you continue your descent down the mountain path, your tribesmen in the front are going to make a very quick and sudden stop and a motion to the rest of the group to stop as well. And with their spears are going to point in the direction of two yetis that appear to be feasting on a couple of corpses.
Those corpses better not have feathers, or those yetis will be feasted upon. That's my thoughts.
The yetis don't seem too aware of your presence, or at least don't care about it as of now. Their like faces are covered in blood, their hands are covered in blood, and whatever they appear to be eating does not appear to be very big. But these yetis definitely look kind of gaunt and drawn. Like most things you've encountered of late, these yetis look particularly hungry. Like they haven't eaten in a while.
Are yetis, does Kelroth know, are yetis sentient? Like, can they be communicated with?
Does the dungeon master know that? Ugh.
I actually,
I don't know,
as a
man.
player,
Let's see.
I genuinely
Roll-
don't know.
roll something. Roll something. Let's see what the dice tell us.
Okay.
Because I don't.
What am I rolling?
Survival. Nature.
Handling.
Nature.
Nature. Okay. Well, 8.
Yeah, no, you never
do you
did.
electronic-
I've never seen a yeti before.
Do Yeti
What the hell are
androids
those?
dream of electric sheep?
I don't know.
It seems like it seems closer to a wild animal than like a lower evolved humanoid or a human kin kind of a thing.
Okay, cool. They're ignoring us?
They're not so much ignoring you so much as they're hungry, and they are more concerned with their meal than they are with you kind of standing in the path. The lizard folk were managed, it's not like you were right up on top of them. They stopped them, seen enough in front that they're very focused on what they're eating.
What can we tell what they're eating? With my sharp elven sight, can I see?
You can't. They look kind of small. Shit.
They're eating babies.
In the
They're
game
eating
context,
babies,
it
guys.
doesn't work. In the game context, it looks like a medium-sized creature.
Okay, so some kind of human thing.
Let's kill them.
I mean, they're not eating our axe beats.
Yeti skin sells for quite a bit though.
I mean, we've got a freaking army here, though we do have 3 unarmed mercenaries with us.
Yeah, that's good.
They're just cannon fodder then.
Hey, can you
Yeah,
guys slide up to the front,
I wanna
please? We want you to see
interrogate them.
something.
Hey,
If you want to live, deal with that. No, you cannot borrow my weapon.
Hey, dog, you got
Right.
you got professional training. Let's see you put that to use.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean,
all right,
somebody else will have to decide.
I'll kind of push everybody out of the way and go, Yeti! And kind of bark at it. Hey!
You're just gonna like challenge it and like
It's
grunt.
straight up the Wampa from like Empire Strikes Back. Just like slaps the other one on the shoulder. How dare you not be paying attention? They stand
Fire
up.
an arrow at it.
As they stand up, you can see their chests are pretty hacked up. One of them is missing a hand. And both of them look pretty scarred up in the face as well.
All right.
Missing a hand? Nice.
Easy meal for the little small army we have.
How does my arrow hit true?
Alright, so you guys... Oh, I don't know where my dice are. Ah, here we go.
At behest, we are destroying the...
Alright, everybody roll for initiative then.
Eight.
Who got
I
8?
love initiative.
10.
Jesus.
3.
Good lord. Alright. Jaatuuli got what?
Since
What'd
I
you get?
got 14.
Okay.
14.
Alright. Baldr was 11.
10.
Okay.
Thanks
10
for letting
for
me go
me.
first, guys. That's really noble of you.
Hey man, you were the one that challenged them to grunts.
And Orryn. Kelroth, you got 3?
I'm tough. I got a 3.
Jeez.
Wow, Kelroth.
Yeah, you're on brand.
I mean,
you're
you
real
know,
on brand right now.
I could roll higher. I just don't.
I just don't want to.
It's only -2. It's not like -10.
So
Yeah, I think there's only been one time, right, that you rolled over 10.
like the math is starting to get like unbelievable. The fact is that like any other time I need you to roll a d20, you get like something decent, but like as soon as it comes to initiative, man, like 5 or lower every time. Perfect.
I save my low ones. Save my low ones for initiative.
All right, so don't worry, the Yetis didn't roll so well either. So
They
Jaatuuli,
look kind of.
they're kind of lethargic. You know, they're probably supposed to be
They
hibernating
look
right
kind
now.
of. Yeah, they look kind of bestial. Someone's at the door. I think I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, you're going last. Don't worry. Take your time.
Yeah, you're well and truly last, sir. All right. Well,
So we'll call the one on the left Yeti 1 and the one on the right Yeti 2. They are probably about 35 feet in front of you.
okay. No big deal. I loose an arrow.
Okay?
Two. Plus 2. 14.
Yes.
Hey. Shtick. Let me check my equipment. I don't think I've ever hit anyone with an arrow. not in actual combat.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Okay, here we are. It's a D8. 7.
All right. You're going to loose this arrow as it grunts, trying to establish some dominance, says the DM who just watched Godzilla vs. Kong, so it's totally not related to my movie watching in the last couple of days. It's going to slap on its chest. It's going to break
It's a Yeti.
the arrow off. It's a Monarch Yeti from the Icewind Dale facility. It's going to throw the arrow away and beat at its chest some more. Alright. Do you still only get one attack? I don't know what happens at level 4 for you guys.
Actually, let me double check
Level
that.
5.
It's 5.
Okay.
We get our second one.
Okay.
5.
Alright, so
Okay.
that's it for you?
Yep.
Alright. Baldr. 35 feet in front of you stand 2 Yetis, both clapping their chests in intimidation and growling loudly. One of them with an arrow in its side.
Let's see. I guess I'll go for the one with one hand. I guess the one that hasn't been hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Bass.
Yeah, I'll kind of like come from Jaatuuli's right side and kind of like come around him and go for the left side of that one and just try to come up and just basically just like a flying kick just straight across them.
Alright.
That's an 8.
Having seen you take a long time and with its white fur against the heavy snowfall, it manages to dodge out of its way as the elements seem to be your enemy at this point.
Then I'm gonna try and make another attack real quick for my another unarmed attack. That's a little bit better. That's a 16.
Yes.
All right. Ooh, not bad, not bad. That's 9 points of damage.
All right. You are going to come around and miss with the flying kick, but come in kind of like, I guess, with a vicious elbow to the ribs. And its one-armed sense is just... but it's still trying to thunk its chest, even though it doesn't have a hand. The Yetis are going to go. They are going to just kind of growl and stare into your eyes. Any creature within 30 feet, which is just going to be Baldr at this point. I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution save, please.
Ooh, all right. And it's going to be an 8 for me.
Okay. You are going to take 8. You're going to take 14 cold damage.
Oof. All right.
And you are now paralyzed. And then you can attempt to make your save again at the end of your next turn in initiative.
Okay.
Okay. The other one is going to charge Jaatuuli. It's going to take a swing with its claws for a 18.
Damn. Yep, he got me.
Okay. And a 7's not going to get it done. and you are going to take 10 cold damage.
10 cold from its claws.
Yes.
What a prick. All right, I don't even flinch. I just let him cut me.
Oh.
Cut me!
Hit the one.
Cut me!
Hit the one in the middle, Rock. See you 3 out there. Hit the one in the middle. All right. Orryn, there is one just a couple, about 15 feet in front of you with Jaatuuli, and then there's one probably about 40 some odd feet ahead of you who just paralyzed Baldr with a smoldery Yeti glance.
So, I got 2 quick questions before I
That's my
start.
smoldery glance.
So, given my like origin, do I know? Because I know as a player, I know the fire stuff. Does Orryn know that?
If you would have studied animals and things like that as part of your education in Silvery Moon, I would say yes.
I think so. I'm not doing this because but I think I'll go with that. If you think it's not right, then we can take it back. But I'll cast Firebolt against the Yeti, and it will be a 15.
Which one? The one on Jaatuuli?
Yeah. Actually, the one against Baldr, because paralyzation is awful in D&D.
Okay.
I'll do it against that one, and I'll roll a 5 fire damage.
Okay.
Very strong hit.
Because of its nature and it being miserably cold, it suddenly seems a little gun-shy, I guess, having been burned by a kind of magical fire out in the middle of the darkness of Icewind Dale after this curse has existed for so long. So, very, very nicely done. Hey, we're at the bottom of the initiative. Kelroth.
Yeah, buddy.
Woohoo! For that paralysis, did you say that he has to roll at the end of his turn or at the start of his turn?
The start of his turn.
So he gets to make a check against it at the start of his turn. If he succeeds, does he get to take his turn?
Yes.
What's your hit points at? Because we haven't healed since Baldr. What's your hit points at?
Since we haven't healed and with all that, I'm at 5, dog. Like I'm like coughing up blood, like.
Because I was I was trying to decide if I was gonna remove the paralysis or if I was gonna heal you, but I guess I should heal you.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but like, yeah, being paralyzed, I'm literally just like oozing blood from Orify.
You look like shit.
Yeah.
What's everyone else at?
I'm gonna be honest. Where we leveled up, reset my HP. So I believe I ended at like half. I think.
Okay.
Because you had healed me.
I didn't get hit, so I'm during that encounter.
We didn't heal, huh? We just were like, and fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. Well, I thought we would heal at when we got. Anyways. Okay, I'm just gonna. Since I can see that Baldr is suffering quite, and he's paralyzed and he's really damaged, I'm gonna run up to him. I am going to cure wounds him, just at first level. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast at first level. For 12 points of healing.
All right.
Nice.
It's decent, but if you get hit again, it'll be like that one. That was a 14 hit. That's a pretty big one. So,
yeah.
Anyways, I do that, and then, I mean, I guess I can't really do anything else because that was my action. But I'm gonna try and position myself in front of the Yeti because I'm healthy and I have a big shield. So I will try and position myself to be threatening.
Okay.
The shield.
Trying to protect Baldr.
All right, and all right, so you'll gather over there. It still seems yours seems particularly spooked and a little less ferocious than the one that seems hell bent on attacking Jaatuuli, whose turn it is.
Because he got burned, right?
The one in front of you and Baldr is the one that got burned. Yes.
Cool. Alrighty.
All right. Axes time. So I pull my axes, and actually, I'm gonna give him a bite first. You
Okay.
know how I like.
I'll show you hungry.
I forgot. First off, I'm going to rage because I'm pissed now, and I just realized that I'm hella damaged as well. So
I got caught up in the
rage. Sorry, guys, I forgot what the hell is happening.
moment.
Sorry, it's been 2 weeks.
All right, so you're gonna
We
rage.
still have a couple of spells left. Just a couple, though.
In a rage. So the first one is a 15 on the bite,
Okay.
and the second one is a 16 on the axe.
Both yes.
So the bite does does 10 damage from the bite, and I take a big old. How tall is a Yeti actually? Just curious.
It is. It's called large.
Probably like 8 to 10 feet tall.
Yeah, I figured about 10 feet.
All right, then I'll take a bite out of its chest.
The
And
soft
swallow
belly.
it. 3 extra hit points. 3 temporary hit points.
All right.
And then second chop. Ow. Let's see here. So that is an 11 points of damage from the axe.
Between the bite, what do you do when you rage? You just like scream, like that kind of thing.
If you ever see Worf discover like a dead body or something he's sad about, and he just kind of goes, "Raw!" It, like leans back and screams. That's about like that.
Okay. So, like I said, I watch Godzilla vs. King Kong, so this is all like, it sees like your show of true intimidation and your new kind of state, and begins to clap its chest more and starts to like throw like snow over its head, kind of, you know, in a fighting sense it would.
You never know. I get it.
It's pretty hurt though. This is more of a kind of getting to a desperate animal type situation.
Yeah.
All right, Baldr, go ahead and see about making that save there, buddy. 13 con.
Let's see.
Do it, Baldr.
Nope.
Oh.
That's a 7.
Oh.
All right, so you're going to remain paralyzed. It will have disadvantage because of the fire, and it should have what? Advantage against you for being prone, yeah?
Yeah,
So-
and if it hits, it's a critical hit. I'm paralyzed, unfortunately.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
My AC is 17, so
You're going to take 8 points of damage from its claws.
all right.
Is that adding the dex bonus you got at 4th level too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. All right, and then the other Yeti in front of Jaatuuli is going to give him the same kind of smoldering glare that I won't dare replicate, lest you laugh at me again. So I'm going to need him to make a Con 13 saving throw, please.
Okay. Here we go. Bring up my abilities and saves. 19.
Okay. You are going... Okay. Yeah, it gives you the smoldering glaze. You basically scream and probably blow funky lizard man Yeti breath in his face as he tries. That's going to be that's going to be it for the Yetis. It is now Orryn's turn.
Orryn will cast Firebolt against that same Yeti against Baldr again, and he rolls a 16. So it is 6 fire damage.
Okay.
And then afterwards, he will run, or like move up to maybe 10 feet away from it. Or actually, he'll move 5 feet away from it, hoping to draw some. He'll move right next to it, hoping to draw some aggro off of Baldr.
Okay. All right. Kelroth standing there as this Yeti seems to pick apart the paralyzed monk.
Okay. I will have to spend another spell slot. And I'm going to cure wounds again, but this time I will heal 18 hit points.
Oh, all right. That works.
Now paralysis is your only problem.
Yeah, right.
I cannot cure you of your paralysis since you're gonna die.
Good news. Paralysis no longer your biggest concern.
And yep. I mean that's my action, so
right.
I don't really got nothing else.
As you cast yet another divine healing spell, the same warmth that you felt outside of the Nethery Spire in that combat, you get that kind of same sensation again, despite the heavy snow and it being brutally cold. And Baldr's limp body just looks slightly better than it did a moment ago. All right, let's go back up to Jaatuuli and his Kong Godzilla thing going on with the one in the front.
Atomic fire. No, that would be. Yeah, that's something.
Power up your axe. Spoiler.
Yeah, power up the axe. Give him a swing. So that's a 21 for one axe, and a 23 for the other axe.
Yes.
Axe number 1 does 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Axe number 2 does 8 points of damage.
All right, so tell me how you finish this Yeti off.
Well, I bring one axe down and cut his arm off. And when he's like, oh, spurting blood, then I just go right through his throat with the other one.
The Yeti is going to fall, blood kind of gushing all over the snow. And as the one falls, the remaining Yeti is going to cry out, not in like a bestial way, but something of a more emotional kind of response to watching its companion fall in battle quite viciously.
All right. Jaatuuli thrives off of that. He's just smiling from ear to ear with a really cold look in his eyes.
All right. All right, Baldr. Oh, buddy, wake up.
Trying to. Here we go. Nope. Nope. That's a 5 this time. That's 3 on the die.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay paralyzed this whole time. Just
You guys got this. It maintains its kind of stare on your body, and you continue to kind of not move. It's going to be the Yeti's turn yet again. It's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And it's going to do 10 damage. And that is going to be the Yeti's turn. We are back to Orryn.
Orryn will put away the firebolt to give it a jolt of thunder. Blast of thunder.
All right.
Thunder gauntlets. And he will hit it. 23 to hit.
Ooh, nice. Your little-
13 thunder damage.
Ooh,
I got a best damage possible.
very nice.
Max damage.
All right, well, it's still gonna have all kinds of disadvantages now.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do that when you use it. So, Thunder Gauntlet. It makes a sound, yeah, like a big booming sound throughout.
Yeah, I would say it's hearable, like if you took a sword and banged it against metal.
Okay.
You know, like I'd say it'd be roughly that sound, but more of a boom rather than a clang.
And nothing too dramatically loud that you'd be able to hear it for miles and miles and miles.
No, it doesn't describe it that way. It is a thunder attack. So if you want to roll it that way, I totally understand. I actually think it'd be cool to like just, you know, feeling sitting in the
Local
room while
thunder.
we're coming through, like just hear the thunder coming. Whatever.
I like that. So we'll go with that. So a clap of thunder that the group can hear kind of rings out after Orryn. Well, you just punch the thing, right? Just
Yeah.
and it's going to roar. And despite you seeing it throw its head back and like sound coming out of it, it's not as loud as the impressive Thunder Gauntlet. The sound that it makes. And we are back to Kelroth.
Me again. Holy schmolies. Wait, one's dead, right?
Yes.
It's just the one left?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah, I disarmed him first. Brenner.
I don't really have much left.
Shit talk it. Just always that.
I mean, what's your hit point situation? I know you're still close.
I'm at 16 now.
All right, I'm gonna
Make it
hold on
enough.
to my last desperate. So I. Oh wait, I could. Oh, that's not gonna help.
In the old school days, you could give up a turn attempt for a healing spell.
Oh well, I already have. You can do that sort of with my life domain thing, but I used that in our previous fight, so I don't have it.
If I can ever become unparalyzed, I'll be okay. But
I know.
just becoming unparalyzed is the
You're just
problem.
like
Okay.
having a seizure.
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay. Yeah.
That-
I guess I don't got anything this turn, so I'm gonna hold on to my last desperate slot of magic for the most desperate of scenarios. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'll just. Oh, Orryn's near me, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna provide aid to Baldr, or I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
By just trying to give him a. I don't know if I could give him. I will just defend him.
I think it gives them advantage on the ability checks, right?
Maybe, or at the very least, I can give the Yeti disadvantage. on
You
his
can like
attack.
come over and like smack me as to like, wake up!
Cow, cow.
This is
Well, I guess it's a saving throw. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways,
Wouldn't-
I'm just gonna I'm
Alright.
gonna try and taunt the Yeti into attacking me.
So our pacifist monk is gonna slap the monk. Our pacifist cleric is gonna slap the monk around a little bit in a non-violent
No,
sort
no,
of
no,
way and
Slap it.
agitate at the remaining Yeti.
Shoulder rub. There you go, buddy.
It's okay. All right, back to Jaatuuli. The Yeti left is about 45 feet away from you. It
right.
has one hand. It is not looking well. It's been singed by firebolt a couple of times and has taken a pretty good punch to the. I guess you punched it in the knee, huh?
Yeah, it was. I figure it's too tall because Orryn's only like barely 4 feet. Yeah.
Bah. All right, so it's got a limp, smells like burnt dog, and has one hand.
It's not a very good way for it to be. Did we determine how fast dash action is?
It's twice.
It's double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I dash
Double.
towards it and take
Well,
two axe chops.
Okay.
Well, you. So if you dash, you can't take another action. Like.
But he
No,
gets
for
a
barbarian,
bonus.
It gets
Oh,
a
yeah,
bonus
you can
action.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, I can dash as a bonus.
Barbarian power.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
So 12.
you
on
would
the
only
first
get one since your weapon, your extra weapon is
Oh,
your
okay.
extra. You only get one chop.
Oh, okay. Well, 12.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Natural armor. They're not very
They just got
beefy.
fur.
Max damage. So
Whoa.
that is. Let's see. 14 damage from that chop.
It with the ferocity of the chomp, it falls to one knee and immediately starts to kind of back away from this fight, and as it kind of moves a little bit further back, you see two little tiny Yeti cubs come rushing out from like behind a bush and kind of rub up and get in between you and the Yeti.
Fools. Don't let it. If you want to save them, don't let it be Jaatuli's turn first. Because I'm raging and I just see meat.
Is wait, it, is there a bunny? I just see this picture. It's like so. Okay. Wait, they just come running out or what?
They've been
Mama.
kind of hidden further
From the
away
snow.
and obscured by the snow.
I mean, they're dead now. We killed their guardians.
There's one of them.
Question.
Uh-huh.
At this distance, can I see what the thing was that they were eating? Now that I'm like way up in there,
It appears
and I didn't really do anything on my turn. I'm just can I?
it would appear to be something humanoid in shape and bone structure. Not too tall, somewhat of a lean frame, dark skin, and there seems to be a large amount of long white hair near the bodies that you're not sure if they are from like the Yetis or from whatever appears to be.
Is there more than one body?
There's two of them.
Well, okay. Anyways, it's not my turn, so.
It is going to be Baldr's turn to try to break the paralysis. 13. 13,
Alright,
buddy.
Gonna try again.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Comes on for you. You can do it. You can do it.
Nope. Keeps getting worse. That's a 3 this time. So, yeah.
I was really stressed at this point.
I'm still just,
All right, so you continue to be paralyzed.
Depressed at this point. You might not.
I just can't go on, man. I just don't want to do this.
Just like.
I just don't feel like getting up in the morning and going to fight Yetis. It's too much self-care.
I need a really long rest.
So
Clearly.
you kind of just continue to lay there. It is now the Yeti's turn. They have kind of moved their very injured body in between themselves and their young. And as they do, the fireflies return, as do the little tiny snowballs. And instead of just being thrown at the party, they also appear above and are hit by the snowballs, the Yetis.
Each one that hits Jaatuuli, he just starts twitching and looking more angry.
The vein into like the side of his head. It's just like.
Yeah, his neck is like, oh, at this point.
Whose turn is it?
It's going to be Orryn's turn.
It's
Okay.
Orryn's turn, yeah.
Orryn isn't 100% sure what to do in this situation, so he's gonna hold his action to Thunder Gauntlet the Yeti if it attacks again. But he's gonna sort of put his hand up to show like he's willing to back off if it attacks off.
As
Sorry.
Okay.
Did the on its last turn the Yeti did attack Baldr, right? It didn't like run away or anything, right?
Yes, it did. It didn't run away. No.
That's all. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, and that was before the snowballs came out, correct?
Yes.
Before the children too.
All right, so you're gonna hold your action in case you're gonna Thunder Gauntlet it if it attacks something.
Yeah, if it remains hostile, I will Thunder Gauntlet it.
Okay. Kelroth, kind of a.
I kind of was hoping that, he would roll himself out of his situation, but after what, 3+ rolls now, I'm just gonna cast Lesser Restoration and remove paralysis from him.
Hey!
Hey,
All
okay.
right.
Nailed it.
I was like, heal or anyways, you are no longer paralyzed.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? What a miss.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, guys, where we at?
Baldr's gonna
And
pop.
I'm going to, with my movement, I'm going to move as close as I can to one of the bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's about 10 feet to the.
Sure.
To the
Yeah, I'm just
kind
gonna move myself to one of the bodies.
Okay.
At this distance, is it dead? It definitely dead.
The Yeti or the bodies?
The body. The body.
They're definitely dead. They're being
Okay, cool. That's all.
They're being eaten. All right. All right, man. Jaatuuli, it's you, buddy.
Yep. 2 axe swings on the big Yeti.
Okay.
Got a 22. And I got a 15.
Both will hit.
Axe number 1. So it does 8 damage.
Okay.
Axe number 2 does 14 damage.
All right. So, describe how you finish off this Yeti.
This Yeti, 1 to the gut that cuts it open, disembowels it, and then 1 going up like that just opens up the whole chest.
It's going to die. The young Yetis are going to whimper as they see their second guardian compatriot die. And as they really begin to kind of sob, the fireflies intensify around them and also over the corpses of the Yetis. And in a kind of greenish glow and smoke, they all just kind of fade away with the fireflies out of sight, all evidence of them having existed being gone.
Jaatuuli dives into the fireflies and starts snapping at them.
At this point, they've almost completely all faded away, and the snowballs have stopped, and combat is resolved.
Did the little ones disappear too?
Yes.
Oh.
I just let out a furious
That was a
growl.
test, and we failed it.
I mean, I didn't do nothing. Listen.
I didn't hit anybody.
I didn't hit nobody. I healed.
Jaatuuli starts punching the ground. No!
Jesus. I'm gonna investigate the drow at my feet and see if there's any like amulets on it or notes or any other damning evidence upon their personage.
They are each going to have a somewhat ornate black crystal necklace each. They're going to be identical to each other, not the same as the Luxodon. And a map very similar to one you've seen previously. This one appears to be kind of outlining tunnels underneath the spine of the World Mountains. It seems like a kind of cave network, if you will.
Okay. I will shove that into my pack, and then if Jaatuuli is still losing it, I'm gonna like position the crystals underneath his like fists so that he can like break them in his. I'm gonna try and utilize his rage appropriately and
Okay.
get these little crystal necklaces smashed too.
Yeah, put 'em up.
You gonna smash him?
I'm gonna smash anything near me.
All right. As you smash these two large, ornate black crystal necklaces, the same kind of effect that you saw with a much larger amount of the smaller ones. You smash them, everything gets very cold, and this kind of like essence kind of floats up, attempts to coalesce into something once again, and just disperses once again.
I snap at the essence as it starts to coalesce. I kind of shake it off. What the fuck? What happened to my meat? Oh,
It like faded away. I don't. Maybe it wasn't real to begin with. Hard to say. Maybe the sort of wispy friends, the like fairies or something, they killed these drow with their magic, maybe, and then we found their bodies. I don't know. I'm just shooting my shit here.
Give me an investigation check for the bodies.
Okay. 13.
These things look like they were pecked at and slashed at by what you would suspect to probably be your birds.
Oh.
I'm so proud of my bird.
Like
Oh.
chests are caved in, probably pecked at and slashed at with like a
Sure.
big
Yeah.
talon.
Did they have anything outside of the necklace and the map? Did they have anything of value on them, like money or nothing like that?
Absolutely nothing. They didn't even really have any weapons either.
Oh.
They just are dressed in like a kind of like furs that you would need to travel, with a hood and not much else.
Well, that's their fault.
And come prepared.
Yeah, it's like, look, you're out in the wild, man. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's get off this mountain and like get some rest.
All
I'm
right.
gonna tell the tribesmen to head back up.
Okay. They kind
Wait,
of.
did we find the axe beaks?
If you're gonna you can kind of hear them cawing in the distance, screeching.
Okay.
Screeching.
Squee.
So as you dismiss your tribesmen, they give you kind of a reverent bow, having seen you demonstrate some kind of war shaman-esque shit in combat. They return. The flaming fists seem a little more terrified than they were when you were marching them out of the village. They thought they were really getting like a good go, and now they're terrified. And you make your way down. You make your way to the axe beaks. They are covered in quite a significant amount of blood in the face and the feet. But for the most part, don't look injured. Doesn't look like anything really happened to them. Looks like they were the ones that did the damage, as it were.
Yeah.
They all seem excited to see you. And aside from them being kind of covered in blood, they seem perfectly fine. You've been gone for just a number of hours, really, since you left them on the side of the mountain trail.
Cool. We'll gather them up and let's get a moving.
Yeah, we'll hop right on in. on them and take off.
Find that cave so that we can have an actual night's sleep.
Okay.
Poor Baldr needs a night's sleep.
So you make your way down. The flaming fists seem very intent on keeping a distance away from the axe beaks. They put the pieces together that they got pretty chewed up and pretty messed up, and that these birds are not to be trifled with. And then you make your way down to the base of the mountain, and right near the kind of doored little like cabin that Jaatuli's people had before they make their ascent up the mountain.
All right. I think I let the flaming fist know. This is like it's getting late, and this is like the safest place in the area. So we're gonna set up camp in this cave, and then we can figure out what to do in the morning. That seems reasonable.
We really need to get back. I don't dare cross the Lord Captain. He's become a different person since he arrived here.
Well, you've already implied that you've been gone for a certain amount of time. I'm sure one night's rest isn't going to be that much more of a trouble for you.
You don't know him and what he's become.
I mean, you don't know I don't know him. Maybe he sent us to go find you.
He would never do that. He doesn't care for anyone. Well, anyone's still alive that much.
Well, it sounds like he isn't much worth following then.
Gotta follow the gold. I have a family. I do this to take care of them.
Right, but if you're dead, you ain't got no gold.
If I defy him, I don't have any gold either. We'll take our chances.
Well, all right.
Thank you for freeing us from those lizard folk. And they
Before
What?
I'm gonna kind of cut I'm not gonna let them leave yet. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm just curious because you made up your reasons for why you were near the camp in the first place. I'm just curious as to why you would be there and risk your lives like this, since apparently you're in it for the gold.
We had to get away from him. He's gone mad. He just keeps plotting about his new ally, leading him to conquer this land, and he's done everything to make sure that he has the means to do it. There must be 5,000 men at his command. I doubt there's 5,000 souls left in all of Icewind Dale.
Well,
He is the strongest force in this land right now.
and you think that going back to this guy is a good idea?
I don't, but I don't know what else to do.
Well, you could come with us to the 10 towns and then, I don't know, try to make your way south out of Icewind Dale.
If I'm caught as a deserter, I'll be hanged for sure. We're gonna go back and we're gonna say we got lost in a blizzard, and we just barely survived and rode out the storm, and hopefully us returning will be enough for him to spare us.
Well, I mean, if you're as good a liar as I think you are, which I don't, that's not gonna work, because you still haven't answered what you were doing near the lizard folk tribe. You had no business there.
We'd seen the blue eyes before, and we wanted to know where they come from, and we thought they came from the top of the mountain. But we had the wrong mountain. The Lord Captain, he went south. And he came back with the eyes. I was hoping that we were wrong. But as he kind of looks south, across the entire tundra of Icewind Dale, he points to the mountains where there is a very vivid kind of solitary aurora. There. That's where he was. It must be. Whatever's up there is changing everything about the people of this land that Orryn couldn't change with the weather.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you've made your mind up, but just be aware that there's a good chance that if we run into you again, maybe not me, but my companions might kill you. I point over to Jaatuuli.
Eat.
So I don't know if you're making the right choice, but I've tried to dissuade you from the choice that you're going to make. But know that if we run into you again, it probably won't go well.
Eat.
If we don't get back to the Lord Captain, it won't end well. I appreciate you saving us and you looking out for us. But you haven't seen what I've seen. I know that his mind is not his own.
Don't you talk about what I do or do not know. You don't know nothing about me. You don't know where I grew up. Well, no, just... All right, well then get out of here. We saved your lives. Apparently that means nothing. So go fuck off. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm done talking to you. I looked at the group. I'm like, does anyone else have anything they want to talk to these losers about?
I look at them and I guess we should just let Jaatuuli eat them.
I mean, I'd run if I were you.
I would feel better having Jaatuuli eat them than leave parentless wild creatures over these heathens.
Ugh.
I'll loom over them. Eat them.
I just kind of limp, hold a rib, limp to a corner, just I have nothing else more to say.
I hurt too
He
bad.
showed strong. And now he's
those are my
in the corner.
opinions.
At the hearing of it being suggested that Jaatuuli eat them, they kind of cower and really make it look like they're about to split into just the darkness and take their chances.
Good, go. We offered you a chance. Get out of here.
I open the door for him and kind of gesture for them to leave.
Alright, and they kind of, while keeping their back to the wall and focused on you, they slowly make their way out into the night and just take off, running like madmen across the tundra.
Good.
I'll shut the door and then latch it and then let out a big laugh. Ah, that's so funny. They thought I was going to eat them.
I mean,
I thought about it.
I'm gonna kind of... I'm a bit exasperated, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm starting to see why you eat people, because helping people just fucking sucks. Nobody wants to be helped here. I don't understand. And I'm gonna go into a corner and roll out my bedroll.
On my way over to my bed, I'm like, I told everybody that eating is always the solution.
Nobody wanted to listen. Now where are we? Wishing to
I
eat
feel
these people.
so vindicated right now. I'm like, I told you.
All right, so everybody just gonna settle in for a long rest.
Hella long.
We're sleeping in tomorrow.
Very much so.
Orryn, do you have any spell slots left?
I have one.
Do you want to cast Identify on this blue stone crystal ring thing that I found?
Yeah, I'll go and do that.
Okay.
So, I'd already hit the long rest one before I did it, but I
That's
knew I
fine.
had one spell slot left from last time, so I'll go and
Whatever.
use my magnifying glass, crank the hog a little bit where it gets into the correct thing and channel the magic into it.
It's going to be a ring of summon elemental.
What?
That's neat.
What like an icy elemental? Is it like a choice?
It would be a water elemental, but yes.
Oh.
We know not to eat those.
I mean, Kelroth doesn't.
I guess some drink, you know.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna just if you want to keep that, Orryn, you're more than welcome to.
Yes, please. And he like grabs it. Like, oh, another one for the collection.
As you hold it and identify it, it gives you a genuine kind of chill like through your spine, by touching it. Nothing bad, just it feels markedly cold and it causes a shiver throughout your body.
So he will take it and put it in a little like pouch where it won't make direct contact with him because he does not like the
Does it
cold.
require attunement?
No.
Ouch.
Oh.
Get out of here, cat menace.
You can always just pull that out and summon us a water elemental if we need one.
Yeah. Well, I did just pull it up when we were talking about that. A ring of water elemental command, is that exactly what it's called?
It might be like a specific, like a non-generic item.
A ring of Manny made it.
A ring of Manny made.
The ring of homebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ring of this is Dungeons and Dragons and it does whatever I want it to do.
Right, the ring of shut your mouth and just take
Yeah.
it.
The ring of fuck you.
No, it wouldn't be dominate monster. It would be summon. Everything.
Summon.
Yeah.
Summon creature, whatever. Yeah.
Summon water elemental.
Yeah.
Plot point ring.
Awesome.
Yes.
If like, is the water clean? Like, if I summon a water elemental and then like walk through it, am I like taking a shower?
I would say yes. I imagine
Cool.
if you think a mountain spring gives you cool water, I imagine the
Oh,
elemental
I mean, it'll
plane
be a
of water
brisk
is
shower, but
I imagine the elemental plane of water's got some good water. No bears pissing in it or nothing.
that's like
Straight up
that's like the coolest shower. Oh my god.
Mountain spring my ass. Plane of water.
I'm gonna walk through the leg of a water elemental and be clean.
It's
I'm just gonna like stand. Could you imagine like standing in and you're just washing yourself inside? Oh, cool.
it's
like mimicking your movements.
it's the newest water attraction coming to Baldur's Gate summer 2021. The water
Nice.
elemental themed water park.
Yeah. So awesome.
All right. Well, I'm sleeping. I'm gonna click that long rest button.
Yep.
I gotta get those spell slots back.
In the middle of the night,
Uh-oh.
while all of you sleep,
You die.
you are each kind of overwhelmed by a negative like emotion out of nowhere. Orryn is hit with an incredible sense of despair for what may have happened to his friend. Baldr gets an essential sense of kind of homesickness, despite having been away from his home for hundreds of years. Suddenly very homesick. Jaatuuli feels this kind of odd insecurity, now faced with the leadership of his tribe. And Kelroth is going to be filled with like a very overwhelming sense of regret for past actions that may have resulted in his being here at this place at this time. And it's not because your mind drifted in that way or anything kind of triggered that emotional response. It was almost as if something planted that seed in your head and just allowed it to grow.
Is this before or after we sleep? Like, is this while we're sleeping?
While
in
you're
our dreams?
while you're sleeping, and you wake up with this just kind of like heavy emotional feeling.
I have a pretty high passive perception. Do I notice other people waking up around me? Like, do we all wake up at the same time, kind of thing?
In a way that you've seen your party mates kind of wake up and come and go about their morning, they seem a little closer to the kind of fogginess of the Jaatuuli's kind of tribesmen coming out of their like little blue-eyed situation.
Does it stick around, or is it like just there and then it's gone?
By the time you really realize what has happened, it begins to fade. But it is a very kind of like heavy sense of despair or something along those lines first thing in the morning, especially for it to seemingly kind of come out of the blue.
How pleasant.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, Kelroth will not speak of that.
Okay.
And Jaatuuli, he's just gonna start sharpening his axes and stretching his back.
And I
Orryn will
squeeze
be
my holy symbol tight and pretend I didn't think those thoughts.
Orryn will be noticeably upset. Much like a child, he doesn't control his emotions well, so he is pouting. He's not like getting ready for the day. He's just like, just kind of like sitting on a little bench, just like has his head down. Just...
I'd like to
Is it
speak
morning?
up and be just kind of like I see that Orryn is like visibly distraught, and I want to look over to him and I go, "Seems you were troubled, but in your dreams as well."
Orryn says, "Yeah, with Sindri's been missing, and we keep being told he's dead. I want to believe he would make it, but I had the opportunity to come with him on this adventure, but I had so much to learn at Silver Moon, and I just didn't. I chose not to go."
And those are the choices you must live with. Whether good or bad, choices in life you always have to live with a choice. Just remember that. Don't let this thing plant seeds in your mind. Last night I dreamed of my homeland, a place I have not seen in quite some time. I have not dreamed of this place in longer than any of you have been alive. I don't know why I dream of home now, of all times. I feel this being feels threatened by us.
Orryn will respond saying, "Do you wish to go back after we get through Icewind Dale?"
After I self worthy of the blessings I received, I feel returning would be fruitful. But at the same time, I could also see myself living in this place. There just there are just as many opportunities for me here as there are there. I know what I'm returning to, but at the same time, I feel I was sent here with a purpose.
Jaatuuli kind of growls and goes, "I'm gonna be a great leader. Leave me the fuck alone," and walks outside.
Orryn will, real quick, to responding to Baldr, he'll kind of like wipe a tear from his face, and I was like, you know, I suppose even if Sindri is gone, at least I can help you be deemed worthy. And then I see Jaatuuli walking away, and Orryn's on. He's like, you know what? I think you need to. He will begin to follow Jaatuuli, trying to repay the kindness, pay it forward from Baldr. You'll just feel like you'll just be walking, and you'll just feel like a little bit of an ankle weight.
Just kind of like grab on.
Yeah.
Pat you on the head a little bit.
I felt like you needed a hug, Jaatuuli.
Jaatuuli thanks you.
So.
Stop it.
He like hops off.
Get the hell off me.
Alright,
Not
that's
even
enough.
thinking anything of it. And he's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna get through this. We have to."
It's that dad level of like, haha, that's funny, but enough, you know, like,
Yeah, exactly.
ha ha ha, but now I'm gonna smack you if you do it again.
Thanks, but all right.
That's almost every day at my house.
You're lucky there's not some enchantment of like just being hyperactive or something, because Orryn would go off the walls.
I will let everyone else being distracted prevent them from seeing the raw emotion on my face, and I just cover it up and pretend like nothing really happened. I'm gonna like pull myself together, and I'm just gonna kind of address the group once I'm composed, and I'm gonna be like, well, we're down here. Where should we head next? We've got our axe beaks. We've resolved, you know, our most pressing issue. We have quite a few options, but we haven't been back to town for quite some time. We could probably gather some equipment and necessary resources before we continue on our next adventure.
That sounds wise to go
Should we check in on that apprentice on our way back to town? Would it be not out of our way, but you know, would it be possibly like not like to lose time to do it?
You could, if you were to make a direct route from where you are now to 10 towns, like straight as the crow flies, you would cut right through the large Flaming Fist
Forest?
camp.
Okay.
So
we would go around.
At some point, you have to go around it. If you go around it to the east, you're basically just going to hug the mountains, and you're really not going to see anything. You'll avoid everything, and, well, everything as far as the Flaming Fist goes. If you were to go west, you would kind of cut around the camp and come around it's not like you're going way out of your way to check on the apprentice if you wanted to go that way. If you wanted to go to 10 towns, that's basically the shortest way to get there.
I mean, if it's on the way, it seems reasonable we could check it out. I mean, we're all kind of under the assumption that he's probably dead or gone, but we could at least investigate the cabin in the area on the way.
Okay. Right. So kind of very aware, having seen the campfires burning from the Vori Mountain. How's this every week?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the morning.
From the top of Vori Mountain, you have a good kind of bearing on how you would go around the camp to, avoid notice of the camp. The Axe Beaks seem pretty hyped and pretty energetic. You would imagine they ate pretty well recently and had what seems to be a good scrap. So they're feeling a little bit. And in the morning, you set off in what is essentially a kind of... All right, hold on. Cardinal directions are difficult. A kind of west-southwest direction to kind of cut around the camp and head back through the northern parts of Icewind Dale. And it's about a day of travel and uneventful. You managed to steer clear of the Flaming Fist camp. In your travel and your overnight on the first complete day, you are visited at a significant distance by animals with the glowing blue eyes, wolves and an eagle. They make a point to stay at a distance from you, but almost always within sight you can see a set, at least one, of glowing blue eyes as you travel. Getting up on that day, and you continue to set off through the tundra. It's been snowing continuously now for about 3 days. You wouldn't know if this is a result of the curse or just a byproduct of the climate in Icewind Dale. But on the afternoon of the second day, you reach a cabin just kind of situated in the middle of the tundra. It's got some holes in the walls, and it's kind of built over this cliff. There is a light coming from the inside. All the windows seem to be covered by something. You can just tell that it is lit from the inside. And let me go ahead and put it up in the window on stream. And so you're going to come at this thing basically from the bottom of the cabin. On the very bottom right hand corner of the building is where the ramp and kind of scaffolding walkway on the outside meet the ground. As it travels up and over, it gets gradually higher off the ground. At its end, where that little gap is, it's about 20 feet off the ground. And those two big white bars are going to be doors right off of the the kind of walkway.
Okay. There looks like there's a little house or storage room or something.
It looks very tiny, as if it might be only big enough for one seat. Its door is currently closed.
Okay. And you said there is light coming from the building
Yes.
to some degree.
To some degree. What attracted you to it out in the tundra was the fact that it was lit.
Can I see movement through the light?
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
Outhouse or something?
It's an outhouse.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect.
Deep investigation.
Yeah, I'll walk up and
There is nothing on the inside. It looks to have been quite a while since it has been used. There was a big pile of snow in front of the door. That leads you to believe nobody has opened this in a while. And you would imagine an outhouse that was used regularly to probably have a noticeable smell. This one does not.
Okay, so
Not in the middle of winter, they don't.
yeah, somebody's been holding it in. All right.
well, would you want to go out in the winter like that?
I mean, you wouldn't want to, but you need to go. Okay, so these there's sort of like a patio. It looks like
It's kind of like a raised walkway, almost like a porch.
okay, and it's next to a forest. Yes.
It's over
Those trees.
It's a cliff.
Or is it water?
It's over a cliff over like low shrubs in kind of a ravine. Potentially a former riverbed that may be altered its course by this persistent winter.
Not that I am very sneaky, but we're like near the outhouse. It looks like there are sort of like windows on this little square that's kind of jutting out at the bottom, the southernmost like room.
Yep.
Can I make my way to that and maybe like peek in a window?
Yeah, the one on the east side is going to be like right up against the ground. The other one, you're gonna have to walk on the walkway, and that does have like an ascent of about 20 feet until you reach that corner.
I'll go with Kelroth.
Okay. You guys gonna go up the ramp or look in the one on the ground?
I guess the one on the ground is on the east side, right?
Yes.
Wall on the east side. Well, if I head over to that, I'll look in that side first before I go up the stairs or the walkway.
Okay. There appears to be an attempt at like a curtain hung over the window on the inside. There's no glass in the window. It's just kind of an opening. And as the breeze and the kind of course of nature take its way, you can look inside, and it looks like it's like a workshop. Chunks of metal, hammers, various tools, and a distinct, like what you would consider probably a workbench, dead smack in the middle of the room.
So there's no pane on that window?
No. It's, you can just kind of like reach through it.
All right. I'm climbing in.
Okay.
And I tell Kelroth that I'm climbing in. Do you want to go first or Jaatuuli go first?
I mean, Jaatuuli can go first.
So you make your way inside, and on the large work table in the middle of the room, there seems to be a drawing very similar to some of the contraptions that you saw in Avris's apartment, and in the books that she had available at her desk. The books look very similar, and all of the pages are open to devices that look somewhat similar to the devices you saw in all the books in Avarice's home.
Orryn would definitely be interested in studying through those.
I reach my hand out the window and then I feel Orryn and
Yeah, picks me up by the head.
You're just like the monster in the closet, just like grab him by the head, just yank him inside.
So Orryn will get yanked into the room. Orryn's going to notice the tools and everything appear to have been used as if this workshop has actually produced something. Judging by some of the schematics and the materials that you see present in the workshop, Orryn believes that somebody was probably built something in this workshop.
So Orryn will relay that to the party, and he will say, "Well, it looks like we got a little bit of a mystery here. Let's keep looking."
Okay. Throughout the rest of the room, all you're really going to see is kind of a small scorch mark on the actual workbench. A door out to the patio or the kind of walkway. But nothing much else aside from, like I said, the books, the kind of schematics, and it looks like the raw materials to have built something.
Is there a door leading to the rest of the house, or is it just open to the porch?
It just opens to the porch.
So I would, like, since they went in that window on the east side, I kind of want to go up to the next window and see if I can see anything inside of there.
Okay. The west side window to the room they're in, or the next window to, like...
I think he means the east window to the north, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one basically looks like a double bed. Yeah, a double bed. Can I see anything in there?
It's a giant bed. On the bed lies like a scroll, and that's pretty much it. The room appears to be lit, slightly dusty. The bed appears to be made. The amount of dust say that nobody's probably been in that room for a little while.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna jump in and I look at the scroll, having seen it.
Okay. It is a letter to the priest of Lathander that you've met before.
Okay.
I've had enough of this damn relentless cold. I feel it creep into my bones, my head, my heart. I'm heading back to 10 Towns for a decent meal and a warm bed. I feel this endless winter has numbed my mind, and any tinkerer worth their chains can see the summer star is a fool's errand. Maybe without me incessantly tinkering with it, I may finally break out of this obsession. I will be home soon. I apologize for leaving the fold. Macretus was the acolyte's name.
Okay. I'll take that. And you said the room is lit?
It's lit. You can't necessarily see a source of light, but it's dark outside and it's lit in the cabin.
This house is lit, yo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's lit,
All
fam.
right. Is there anything else in the the room.
Now, as you do make your way through the room, though, you do leave like footprints and everything in the dust.
So it is the dust is like real dust and everything like that.
And it's been a while that just a couple of seconds moving about the room, you leave clearings like footprints and everything.
All right, I kind of want to tap on the wall. To my left, I guess it would be.
The south?
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of like let the guys know that I found a scroll from the acolyte, and it says he basically quit.
Hey,
And
Peter.
basically, I just want to like tap. I just want to tap on the wall and go. I think I don't think he's been here in a while. And then like it just kind of like opened the door towards the bigger room and see if there's, I guess since there would be like a window or something right there, I would see if any of them come out that door from that room.
All right. You're gonna make your way out of the bedroom into like a little hallway. There's gonna be a room. There's gonna be 3 rooms along the right hand wall, and as it kind of opens into the bigger space on the table, you're going to see this contraption, if I can find it. Okay. On the table, you are going to see this contraption. It looks similar to the designs you saw in Avarice's books and in her research, and also in any books about these kind of Netherese objects. It seems to be sitting on the table. There appears to be a giant scorch mark on the floor. The room is well lit without being able to see the source of light. And it too is very dusty, like the rest of the house.
Can Orryn go up to examine the runes on that?
Yes. Give me an So everybody made their way into the big room?
Yeah, we all made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an investigation.
Seeing him go up and walk towards it and seeing the scorch mark on the floor, I want to just tell him to be careful.
Like, says, no problem. He just gives you a smile. He sees a magical artifact. He's like, no, just let me play with it. So he gets a 24 on the investigation. But yeah, he likes seeing the magic out of him.
As an artificer and a tinkerer, you would notice that it seems to mimic one of the designs that you saw in the book relatively well, but not exactly. The runes, as best you can tell, seem to be arcane in nature, as if this device is something that was created to make magic.
So Orryn is definitely interested in that. I guess since it doesn't appear to be lined up how it was, you said it was a little bit off, Orryn will begin to see if he can't fix it to what it was supposed to be in the book.
I'm going to need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence saving throw. 19?
Well, I guess that's better. Upon picking it up and tinkering with the item,
You're dead.
That didn't sound too good. I'm gonna be honest.
It sounded like a lot of dice.
It did.
You're gonna take 23 psychic damage.
So I suppose to you all it'll look like he just like crumbles with a migraine.
Your
Not
brain
unconscious or
exploded.
anything.
Do you drop the orb, or do you like hold it still? This has like a
Yeah, are you still gonna hold on to it, or is it like a shot to the head and then you don't want nothing to do with it?
Hold on to it. It's just the initial shock, man.
Don't die
I suppose he
for
will
a
hold on.
stupid orb.
Okay, you're gonna hold on to it.
Yeah,
I'm
see if he can. But
I'm gonna
does Orryn
I'm gonna
think he can
basically,
get
like-
anything out of it. Like, is he halfway in the process of moving the thing over, and he thinks he can keep going?
It's basically the second you pick it up, it's going to jolt you. And depending on what 23 hit points?
23.
Okay, depending on what 23 hit points does to you, like, overall wise, is that enough for you to drop what you're doing in self-preservation, or are you...
am I gonna have to forcibly separate you, which
Yeah.
I'm gonna do?
In
Yeah,
a
go and
fraction
forcibly
of a
separate.
second, it did.
All right, so basically, I'm just gonna like 2x4 when you're getting electrocuted, just straight to the chest, like with my leg, and just separate them. Just kind of like force them to drop it. Just
Okay. After you take the psychic damage and you let it go, Orryn is essentially going to disappear from view of Jaatuuli, Baldr, and Kelroth. And from his perspective, he is going to be exactly right where he has always been. Everything is just going to be darker, and his compatriots are going to look like specters in a black kind of smoke, but everything else about the environment to him is going to be the same. And as far as the three of you go, Baldr disappeared like he's Frodo putting on the magic ring. Like the second he lets it go, he just poof disappears.
There goes the youngest and most innocent member of our group.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to grab it, but I don't want it
He
to
disappeared,
roll, like,
right?
away. Yeah, like I don't like the orb. Like I want to stop it from going anywhere, but I don't want to grab it. Like that's the.
He didn't it didn't like disintegrate him like Fry from Futurama, where he was like and just
No.
like vaporized. He
No,
just
there's not a
disappeared.
pile of
It's
dust.
not bonitis.
Yeah, he's just
I can still see you all in my
Right, but as far as they know, you have just vanished like that, and to you are still in the room. Everything just looks kind of darker and more sinister. And
Did
then
the orb go with him?
it did not.
Okay.
All right.
So
It-
did
So
it
I'm
just fall
gonna
on the floor?
attempt to like
It falls to the
jab
floor.
jab my staff between the two rings, like so it just like keeps it in place, and I want to just like hold my staff like to where it like just keeps the orb in place on
Okay.
the ground.
I'm gonna try to grab Orryn where he was standing. I'm gonna start pawing at that spot.
If you follow like his tracking of like the kind of, getting knocked back and falling in the space where you would have expected him to land, there's nothing tangible. It is like he absolutely like vanished. And from Orryn's perspective, it looks like this kind of
Clawing him in the chest.
smoky horror is just all about like where he is right now.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah, Orryn is definitely terrified.
Ah!
He just kind of like crawls back to the wall and like stands back, seeing the huge monstrosity thing clawing at it.
Okay, I'm gonna call out to Orryn.
Can Orryn hear that?
You're going to hear.
I will kill you.
You're gonna recognize probably that it's somebody calling out your name, but it's not gonna sound like common or anything.
It's gonna be like if they were like yelling through like water. Or something.
Water, and at a distance, and even more kind of like a deep distortion to it.
That's awful.
Yeah, Orryn is still pretty terrified. I mean, he's curious as to what this is, but he's pretty terrified right now.
And
I'm gonna tell everyone in the group. I'm like, I don't touch that stone. I think I think Orryn is gone. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
and as everybody kind of gathers themselves, the people, Jaatuuli, Baldr, and Kelroth kind of look for Orryn. From Orryn's perspective, it's going to look like the three specters are just kind of flailing madly about the room, and through the window there is going to come what appears to be an almost direct spotlight through the window.
Orryn will go away from the big scary monsters, looking at the spotlight.
Out the window, you are going to see a hooded figure.
Okay, that doesn't help Orryn either. Come back in the other room.
With just darkness where its face would be, except for shining from like what you would figure to be like the back of the hood, this just bright projecting light that shoots out of the hood and appears to be coming towards the house very slowly, with this immensely bright light coming out of its hood.
That's fucked up.
And that's where we're gonna leave it. That's fucked up. It's always a good place to leave an episode.
Oh, my cat just.
All right. Well,
Well, here's my thoughts. I was like, well, if I drop this orb, I'm probably going to have to take the damage again to investigate it. I gambled, I lost.
you're roll a new character. We miss you deeply.
I do have one credit for free art from the bard that never got made, so we could just replace Orryn right down there, recut the intro, it'll be fine.
Oh no.
The part of the cute artificer will now be played by the angry barbarian, also known as Landon. So yeah, this was one of those things that we've been building on since the beginning. I think it gave you guys like the second or third session. So yeah, I'm glad you guys got to see it. So yeah,
We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
right.
Finally got there. Yeah, Orryn's missing, and from his perspective, things look really, really bad. And from everybody else's perspective, Orryn's missing, and this house is probably weird.
Things look really, really bad. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So we are back. Another great session. Technical glitches out of the way first, so we were good there. Knock on wood, because we do have a show tomorrow, so let's not fuck with those temptations of fate. To everybody who showed up tonight and watched us, thank you very much from the week off. Let us go around the horn and let us meet our amazing players behind our characters and our campaign. And we will start with Jaatuuli. Tell us about the brutal man behind our lizard folk who likes to eat people.
I am Tenta. I am I'll be 38 this year, or this month.
Oh.
So looking forward to having a birthday. Maybe not necessarily the number, but the birthday for sure. And I'm married. I got a great wife. I got 2 wonderful cats that are also annoying and really strong and headbutt hard. And I like blood sports. I like wrestling. I like metal. And if you like any of those things too, you can come check me out at Rip Tenta Squeeze on Twitter.
Outstanding. Yeah, and you can see him play Brumby tomorrow night, who's a very interesting character. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's go up top to our monk, who spent a good portion of the show just chilling, paralyzed. Baldr, tell us about Lewis.
I am Lewis. I am a catering chef by day and by night. A dad of 2 now, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful time. Extremely exhausted, but you know how it goes. If you have kids, if you don't, it's exhausting.
It just is. Yeah, buddy. And we'll be happy to have you back at work soon because, yeah, I'm going to get my ass kicked. Let us go to our trooper of the day who wasn't feeling well when the game started and made it through as best I can tell. Back from vacation. Orryn, tell us about Landon.
So, thought I was playing Orryn, maybe not. Maybe not after that. But, my name is Landon Baker. I'm a software developer. I have a wife. I have 2 St. Bernards. One of them's Beowulf, the other is Snow. Lots of video games. Obviously, I love D&D. And similar to Tenta, I like metal. And
Yeah.
I think that's most of it. Yeah, I didn't feel too good today. My wife was sick all past couple of days, and now I'm getting it. Hopefully it's not bad tomorrow, but I just started really feeling it this morning, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for you, buddy. You were a trooper for sticking through this, so we thank you for being here and so we could do this on our week off. And last and not least, let us go to Dustin, our international correspondent. Our from the outside looking in, tell us about Dustin.
Yeah, I'm Dustin. I am a bartender in a server. Things are a little crazy up in the north right now. We're in sort of a mini lockdown, so I'm semi-unemployed. I'm actually still working, but it's a little bit crazy up here. Canada's numbers are not looking so great. But other than that, just playing Dungeons and Dragons, staying at home a lot, playing video games, keeping sane, all the good stuff.
Staying safe.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. As always, thank you to this amazing group of players. This has absolutely just been a fun thing for 12 episodes now, 3 full months. To be with you guys, so thank you guys for being awesome. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on the social media. You can catch me when I am not here on Tuesday nights for this amazing game. Our new Wednesday show, One Shot Wednesdays, 7 p.m. on this same Twitch channel, where we do basically this, but we constantly switch it up. Shorter narratives, different players, we move the player groups around. Dustin and Tenta are playing in our premiere, a two-part level 9 two-part adventure about a Fey wedding, and then next week on the 14th of April you can catch Lewis and Landon in our level 15 one shot out of Candlekeep Mysteries, which should be a great time. So if you want to see some high level one shot play and see these guys and a bunch of new players come up with some really cool characters and play some really cool short stories, check out One Shot Wednesdays on this channel tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Give us a follow on Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram. Really appreciate the support. And until next Tuesday, 7 p.m., we'll see you then. Everybody have a great week, and we hope to see you next week or tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.